What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to be discussing one of the more versatile fragrances I've picked up lately. Now, don't get me wrong, I pick up a lot of mass appealing, do-it-all type of fragrances because more times than not, that's the kind of stuff I like to wear most days. I'm not always looking for a monster and beast mode in your face fragrance. I'm not always looking for something super sweet. Sometimes I just want something easygoing, smells nice, that's just going to do whatever job I need it to do. And in this video, like I said, we have one that I think is really, really good for that. It is the newest flanker in the Bentley Momentum line called Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. So stay tuned. Now, in regards to this scent, I'm actually wearing it right now. Currently, it develops very nice. I've done several test sprays. I've done a few wearings now. And it's one of those fragrances that is much more herbal than you would expect it to be. Apparently, that's the Immortelle note that's in there that provides some of this herbal feel. But at the top, as soon as you spray it, you're going to get this fresh aquatic hit from the violet leaf. The violet leaf definitely provides a nice aquatic, almost watery feel to it with a lot of lavender, aromatic, soapy, clean, and it makes the iris come across very soapy. This is more on the fantasy iris note side, whereas it's not an earthy, boiled carrot powdery type of smell like a natural iris. This is closer to a closer to a fantasy iris, not Florentine iris, that's natural. Closer to a fantasy iris where it's a little bit more violet-y, powdery, almost waxy lipsticky, but this is more soapy because of the lavender. So it comes across pretty clean and fresh at the top. Then, like I said, and then there's geranium that I'm sure is providing a little bit more of the freshness because it doesn't come across really dirty and earthy. So I'm guessing it's got a bit of a minty tone, helping freshen things up even more. But the Immortelle starts to take over after some of that freshness dies down. And there's these particular woods. There's this dream wood note that I couldn't tell you what the hell it smells like. I just know that as it starts to settle down, you do have a very herbal feel from the Immortelle, and it's almost got like a green herbal feel here, but it doesn't become too dark and earthy because there is some patchouli here, there is some papyrus that could offer some more woody nuances to it to go with the Haitian vetiver, and like I said, this dream wood because it's a very woody dry down, but it's more in the fresh and herbal type of woody smell. Like there's a freshness still. It's herbal and green and a little dark, but it doesn't, there's a freshness here to really balance it. You don't lose all of the freshness of the top because the woods here aren't too much. The patchouli is not dirty and earthy, and the papyrus just kind of gives, I know it can sometimes give a leathery feel. Here I don't really get any leather feel. It just adds to the woody depth, I think, basically is what it comes across as to me anyways. Super versatile. Super versatile fragrance. Iris lovers will enjoy this fragrance. It's not groundbreakingly unique, but I necessarily don't think of a ton of other iris fragrances. Think of fragrances like Valentino Uomo Aqua. Again, not the same scent profile, but a similar job, similar style. This one performs better than that. Dior Homme Eau. Again, not exactly the same. That's a more waxy iris with more spices, though very fresh. Again, not the same scent. This one, again, performs better than that as well. And it can be had for a really good price. So The scent on this one's very enjoyable. Again, if you're looking for something daring or very unique that's going to start a conversation, this ain't it. But if you're looking for something easygoing that also doesn't smell like every single thing else out there as far as fresh fragrances are concerned, you might really want to check this one out. Now, in regards to performance, it actually does pretty well on my skin. Not a beast, slightly above average, 6 to 7 hour range on my skin, so I can safely presume about 6 to 8 hours of longevity. It's been falling pretty much consistently in the 6 to 7 hour range before it dies off into a faint skin scent that's barely there, and that's in my wheelhouse. That my sweet spot is 6 to 8 hours. It falls right smack dab in the middle of my sweet spot. So longevity is not a concern for me. That's going to work for most people's work days, not everyone's work day. If you work outdoors, you're more in the labor force than an office setting. Obviously, you'll need to reapply unless you just have a fantastic skin chemistry reaction with this fragrance and you get beast mode level longevity, 10, 12 hours. But as far as projection, nothing super heavy here. It is very bright, very loud in the first 30 minutes, and you will get a pretty consistent arm's length type of projection for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Has been kind of what I've been experiencing for the most part. Again, nothing phenomenal, not crazy amounts of projection, but detectable, noticeable, but not too loud, not too in your face. And then the sillage kind of falls in that moderate to mild range because this does have a pretty nice trail on it. It's not the strongest and the longest of scent trails when you walk by somebody, but it has enough power in it for somebody to smell you when you walk by. I have not received any compliments. I know somebody's going to ask in the comments. I have not received any compliments outside of my wife. With this one, she does think it smells very pleasant and easygoing. She does like the smell, though it wasn't a wow, you smell good type of thing. It was, oh, that's nice. So mediocre reactions where she likes it, but it's not memorable for her, so just noteworthy. But for me, again, I can kind of agree with that sentiment where it's not memorable unless it's just somebody that is used to smelling the same old designer fragrance that everybody in their life wears. Then it could be memorable for them because there's a little bit more character going in this scent profile than just your run-of-the-mill blue fragrances. Don't get me wrong, because it has iris, because it has these herbal feels, these unique woods. The violet leaf gives that fresh aquatic hit. It's not a citrus bomb at the top, even though there's some mandarin orange. And it's not a lavender bomb, even though it does have a nice soapy aromatic feel. It's pretty well balanced overall, and the performance kind of suits that scent profile. So kind of across the board is slightly above average in every performance category. Final thoughts on Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. I gotta say, I am not necessarily pleasantly surprised with this. I expected when I originally bought it and had checked the note breakdown before I bought it that, you know what, this might be a fragrance for me. I'm probably really going to enjoy this one. This is much more of an office scent than I even anticipated it to be initially. I think it's great for the workplace. It's got most of your day type of longevity. It's got not too loud, but still enjoyable even for yourself type of projection and sillage where you'll get random whiffs off of your own skin throughout the day. It won't be strong, it won't be overwhelming, it won't punch you in the nose, but you'll smell it, and others will smell you if they get within range. It's not something that's going to reach out and captivate or overwhelm sensitive noses, 10 feet out. So that's why I say it's pretty office appropriate, honestly. And I do think this is a very good fragrance. I think the price point's great for this one. Slightly unique without being groundbreaking. I think this is a 7.5 out of 10 fragrance. Some good stuff right here. Not that many people talk about it. I haven't really seen a lot of scent of the day posts on this one. It's worth a try. I do still really like Momentum Unlimited. I wore that one not that long ago. I've never tried Momentum and Momentum Intense, but so far, 2 of the 4 fragrances in the line I think are very good fragrances and definitely worth checking out because they get really cheap really fast at discounters, and this might be one to look into. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Bentley Momentum Unbreakable, the newest flanker in the Bentley Momentum line. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you tried this? What do you think about it? If you haven't tried it, does it spark your interest? For those of you wondering, that dark dot, that's from when I sprayed it earlier. I guess a little bit leaked, and because this isn't metal, by the way. This is kind of a felt material. This is that plastic diamond plate, just not chromed, like on the Unlimited flanker with the blue juice. This is textured. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of some form of felt matte type of thing, so it absorbed a little bit of the fragrance oil when it's sprayed. So yeah, it is what it is. But it's a nice fragrance overall. It's definitely one that I recommend you guys trying if you're big fans of Iris, or you're looking for a new work fragrance, a new do-it-all, something that's kind of signature scent worthy, to be honest with you. This is a very good fragrance. It's a very good addition to the line, and it's another one of those very affordable fragrances from a car company, which Bentley's known to put out some great fragrances, as is Mercedes. You really can't go wrong here. It kind of does a little bit of everything, and I think it's all season appropriate, all situation appropriate, honestly. Like I said, signature scent type of stuff. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Bentley Momentum Unbreakable and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.